Sinclair Broadcasting is one of the companies that is shutting down Jimmy Kimmel, putting pressure on Disney and ABC to never bring him back. And if you're familiar with Sinclair, maybe you've watched John Oliver's episode on it, they're incredibly conservative and don't have much respect historically for freedom of speech, but they are going way beyond that now. Way beyond that in such an insulting manner that I think this is gonna very much backfire on them. So they own 30 ABC affiliates across the United States. And so they joined that other company, Nexstar, in saying, we're not gonna broadcast Jimmy Kimmel for the foreseeable future. Right now, they're planning to air a Charlie Kirk remembrance special on Friday in Kimmel's usual time slot. And regardless, it said it won't air Jimmy Kimmel again until certain conditions were met. Among other things, those conditions include the demand that Kimmel apologize to the Kirk family, who, it should be noted, Kimmel did not joke about, and make an unspecified donation to their organizations. And to be clear, in other reporting it says, they demand that Jimmy Kimmel make a significant contribution, not only to Turning Point USA, a conservative organization pushing for all sorts of stuff that is directly opposed to Jimmy Kimmel's own values and the values of most people watching this, most reasonable people, I would say. But also, he has to pay that family. He never joked about the family. He never joked about Charlie Kirk. He mocked the MAGA movement. He mocked Donald Trump for pretending to grieve when he clearly can't even keep it up for a couple minutes. They're saying you have to cut a check to the Kirk family. They are going to extort a comedian to individually pay conservatives so that he can be given his job back. Maybe not even then. God only knows what else. You have to apologize. We want you to grovel, comedian. You think you live in a free country? You think you have freedom of speech? No, you dish out millions of dollars to advance political interests that you find to be reprehensible, and maybe we'll let you on the air again. But if we ever do let you on the air, let's be very clear. You better keep politics as far as possible away from anything you say. You think if Jimmy Kimmel were to be brought back right now, and that still could be possible, why would he come back? Does anybody think that he would feel free? Does anyone think that he would feel that ABC or Disney would have his back the next time he dares to critique the powerful, the rich, donors maybe, politicians? I mean, how dare he? He's already temporarily gotten fired for being willing to do that. Does anyone think that they wouldn't do it again? Look, Jimmy Kimmel has to think about far more than just himself. Anytime a show like this gets canceled or something, we often think it's about that person making a decision. Jimmy Kimmel's fired. Let's be clear. It is not just Jimmy Kimmel that's fired. His show has about 200 employees. That is possibly 200 families whose lives have been upended in this right-wing culture war, this cancel culture that we're seeing. And so look, if he ends up wanting to cut the check or do the apology to save the hundreds of families that rely on his job, then I'm not gonna get down on him. I don't wanna see it, but I'm not gonna get mad at him if he does do it. But these people, I mean, Sinclair, they are just active participants in fascism here. They know exactly what they're doing. They know who it benefits. And this is not gonna be the end of it, not for Jimmy Kimmel, not for any other broadcaster. Everyone with a platform right now needs to stop and think very seriously about the time we're in and which side of history they wanna be on. And some of you, maybe all of you, will have to risk your jobs and your livelihood. But I would argue that what is up for grabs, the stakes in all this are so much more significant than just one person's reach, one person's platform. Do not back off. Don't yield, man, in the words of Mike Johnson. Don't give in either to backing off of criticism, backing off of the terminology. It was fascism before this horrific event. It's fascism right now. Trump is an authoritarian ruler. Trump wants to be a dictator. And I don't care if that hurts his feelings. I don't care if this tiny orange painted, foundation caked, bruised scrotum's feeling gets hurt over this. We're gonna continue to call it like it is. And I hope that Jimmy Kimmel does. I hope that Seth Meyers comes out and sets fire to the Trump administration tonight. I hope John Oliver devotes every second of his program this week to this cancel culture. I hope Jimmy Fallon, well, he's not gonna do anything. Let's be very clear about that. Jimmy Fallon ain't gonna swing for the fences on this one, but maybe he'll surprise me. Maybe he'll do a song, a parody song or something. Every one of us needs to decide which side we want to be on. And if you choose wrong, then people should come for them. You should criticize them, boycott them, whatever, because the stakes are as high as they could possibly be.